Hey, this is Cody Zine, and this is episode 8 in the Making Monochrome series. Today we're talking about budget, equipment, and our shoot schedule. So I know I've mentioned in previous episodes that, we paid for pocket out of most things or used a credit card. And, while that's very much the case, around the time where we started shooting, I was expecting, it's around tax return time and, thinking this will help cushion and take care of some of the things, associated with making a movie. And, that ended up not working out quite like I had planned. And so, we already had our cast and crew, our locations lined up, dates in place. So we had to just, push through it. We had to go. And, some elements that helped is a lot of the equipment, to shoot the movie I had already owned just from, Tempest Studios and just that being my passion for a while now. So like the camera that we shot on is this little guy, which is a Sony A6300 with several cinema prime lenses, but it shoots 4K. It's great picture. There's things that not so good about it too, but it goes back to use what you have, and that's why I had to be very strategic in our locations and our wardrobe and what we had to buy, because I say, yeah, we paid for it out of pocket, but I don't want the impression to be we had the money to do it, because bottom line is we did not. And there were days that were harder than others. There were choices that had to be made to, we've got to get this day done, and worry about paying bills tomorrow, which is not the best way to go about that. I always said, if you follow your dream, follow your passion, you got to do it smart. And but when you're in it and you're going and you got dates and timelines, sometimes it's hard, and hurdles always come up, and it's just you got to meet them, you got to overcome, and keep fighting. And a lot of days we're fighting. And sometimes it was frustrating, but, you just have to remember the reason for it. Why are we doing this? All these people here believe in it, let's make this happen. And so that's what we did. And it worked out, in the end. When it came to the shoot schedule, because we couldn't pay the cast and crew, we had to be very flexible with the scheduling of this. And, I was still working a 9 to 5 at this time too. And so we shot mostly on weekends. And originally we had 8 shoot days that we were going to do, and definitely not long shoot days, 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. or all-nighters. We didn't want to do that and burn people out. And we ended up having to add 2 days just because, locations fall through, things come up. So in total, we had 10 shoot days, and those were staggered throughout, I guess, 3 or 4 months. It might be one shoot day every other weekend. And then I think at one time we had one back to back, and our trip out to West Texas was, a little weekend shoot. And it ended up, it worked out, and, got what we needed, kind of edit as we're going, and make it work. But is having all the money in the world, does it make it easier to do things? Yes. But when you are limited in your resources, and not just a financial sense, but when you're limited, you're forced to use that part of your brain, that thinking, to problem solve and overcome whatever the challenge may be, and sometimes get more creative than you might not have been before. And we had to do that sometimes, and all in all, it worked out, and I think we're better for it.